Let's talk a little bit about how to archive and restore a print job. Back in our spooling system, in our Save Jobs section, we can choose a single job or multiple jobs to be archived. I'm going to choose 2 jobs here. And then I'm going to do a control click on those jobs and bring up the archive and restore selections. I'm going to choose archived selective jobs. Now the archive menu pops up and it's going to default to the last location that you've archived a job to. In this case, it's my desktop. I can choose a new folder if I want. And then I also have the ability to choose to include the images and profiles with the archive. Now, if I'm archiving a job that I may not print for a long time, then I'm going to want to include the images and the profiles, because when I restore that job, I want to make sure that it's exactly the way I printed it the first time. But there are times when we don't want to include it. Let's say, for example, I'm going to just archive my entire Save Jobs section of my queue because I'm reinstalling the software on a new machine and I want to move that job queue over to that new machine. So I can archive all the job data, and then when I install the software on the new machine, I can restore it and be back to where I was on the old machine. So there are times when we don't want to do that. Right now I'm going to archive these 2 jobs and I'm going to say include images. It's going to go out and make a compressed file with the job data and all the images and place that folder on my desktop. Now when I want to restore the job, I just reverse the process. So in my spooler, I'll just hit a control click and say restore jobs. And that's going to bring up the restore job menu. And we're going to go to the desktop and pick the job that we just archived. I'm going to choose it, and we have a couple selections here. First off, we can assign it a new job number. So I'm going to say job 333 because I know I don't have 333 jobs here, so I'm going to give it a number that has no chance of overwriting some existing data. I can then say if I've included images and profiles, do I want to override existing images that may have the same name and profiles? If I don't, I can say put those into a different folder, and I can select that and give it a folder name. Right now, I don't care. I'm just going to say override and say OK. And it's going to go out, decompress that archive, and put it back into the Save Jobs section. So what we're going to do is scroll down, and there's my job that I restored, job 333. And this is how we archive and restore print jobs in Image Print 9.